Good evening. It's Mr. Twister back for part 3 of our late night of Twisted Saturday goodness. And welcome back, Maisie, I guess. You can skip this ad in 25 seconds? Jesus. Well, I'm waiting for my preview to see if everything's going well on the stream here. Right. It's Monday? No, it's not. It's not Monday. It's Sunday. Yeah, in fact, technically it's Sunday, but since we actually started on Saturday, I still call it late Saturday night. Well, I still can't see the game here. Yeah, okay, there we have it. The game is on full screen, but apparently I cannot get it on full screen on the stream. And in fact, the game doesn't take up the full screen either. There's these black bars at the top at the moment. Maybe it's just the opening screen, I'm not sure. Well, let's see what we can do. New game of FTL. I have a mod installed, a big mod with lots of extra weapons and stuff. Been a while. We'll definitely need to get into this again. First, let's select our ship. We have unlocked quite a few, but still not all, despite my hundreds of hours of playtime. Yes, the Captain's Edition, Maisie, that's it. So this is FTL, the Advanced Edition with the Captain's Edition mod installed. Or at least it should be. I haven't checked up on that, but the mod was installed. I still need to unlock the Crystal Cruiser, which is apparently a very good ship. We still miss the Stealth Cruiser B. And we have some of the C-type ships still to unlock. Let's see. I so want to unlock the Crystal Cruiser, and if I want to do that, I probably should go with the Rock. Rock A, Rock B, Rock C. Let's see what the 3 Rock ships were. Oh yeah, this is the Rock 3 with the heavy crystal and the charge missiles. The B layout. That's this one with the heavy piercing laser and the firebomb. Or the A1, which is only using missiles. Yes, the Crystal Cruiser requires you to go to the hidden sector, but you need a certain combination of circumstances to get into the secret sector, so you require a lot of luck to actually be able to get there. And if I remember correctly, I once got to the secret sector, but that was a long time ago when I didn't even know about the Crystal Cruiser and I didn't get to find it. But I got into the secret sector once, if I remember correctly. And since then I've had some of the events, but not all of them in the correct order. There's always some detail missing to be able to get there. What else can we do? Try and unlock the Stealth Type B, but the Stealth Type A is a ship I don't like much. You start without shields. Or we could try to get one of the C-type ships. Nah, let's go with the Rock. I'm gonna go with the Rock Type C. The Rock Type C, which has a pretty weird layout. 3 rock guys The doors and sensors are here around the middle. There's lots of room for ventilating the ship. And it doesn't have a med bay, it has a clone bay, and it's all in this corner around here. It's a one-man room. So that's a bit of a problem. These rooms here, the pilot cannot go and repair them because you don't want your pilot to leave the helm. And the other ones, they have to come from further away, and as you know, the rock are relatively slow, so they will take some time to get there. And so making repairs here, also intruders on the ship may cause a problem. On the other hand, here we have a lot of defense ventilation around the weapons, engines and shields. Also, this heavy crystal laser is able to pierce a single shield bubble. So if there's one shield bubble alive, then the heavy crystal will just pierce through it. So that's good for a finishing weapon. And it does 2 damage, so it's a pretty good weapon in the first half of the game, but it starts to lose value later game when you have more ships, enemy ships with more shield bubbles. Good evening, Bobka. Haven't seen you in a while. Glad you can join for our third part of the stream for today. The charge missile is also pretty great because you can charge up missiles and use you can actually use several shots. You can charge up 3 shots and still use only 1 missile. It will take longer before you can fire missiles, but at least you have a way to penetrate multiple levels of shields. Theoretically, with this setup, you could go through a 4-level shield. 3 missiles to get rid of... No, not 4 levels, sorry. The charge missile does only 1 damage, so you could get rid of shields with the missiles and then pierce the last level of shield. So I believe a level 3 shield, if you are lucky with the missiles hitting, you could get through a level 3 shield with this base, the starting setup. But it takes some luck. And we have rock plating, so the ship will be stronger. Still miss 1 achievement here. Yeah, find the secret sector. Time for Captain Kirk Simulator. Let's name our guys. Mr. T. Bobka. And Maisie. Our 3 rock. Let's see, am I the captain? We'll find out soon. Normal, because it says in the notes that when you use the captain's edition, that normally is actually hard. So it's enough to go with normal, and of course we want the advanced edition enabled. Right, ready? Here we go. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. Socialize with the crew, consider some upgrades or continue. Well, we'll socialize a bit with our rock crew. Hey guys, let's socialize. Your rockman just wants to emphasize that we'll be loyal to you and smash the face of any alien that threatens the ship. You are glad the being is on your side. Right. So, we don't need Clone Bay for the moment. So we can charge up both weapons. Put the heavy crystal in front because at the start we'll probably only have 1 shield enemies, so the missile is probably optional at the start. We don't need Clone Bay active when there are no casualties. We can always fire it up later. No upgrades, we only have 10 scrap. nothing we can upgrade at this point. So let's see, save the crew positions. Maisie is doing weapons, Bobka is at the engines, and I will be at the helm flying the ship. Right, we can... oh yeah, space. I have to get used to the keys again. So A is select all crew, and space is pause the game. Jump. Unvisited locations. First we always want to get an idea of the route we will intend to take, and it's important to do this. I have the marker set up here so you can see. The last thing you want is to end up in a dead end. So we have a few different ways. The best route is probably to go through the nebulas, because the nebulas slow down the pursuit of the fleet, the rebels behind you. So going through nebulas is faster, although nebulas can be a bit more dangerous because they disrupt your sensors. So nebula. So we probably want to go somewhere around here, a few stars, then go down here, and then back up through the nebula. And if we have time, we could still do this or this, and then to the exit. And all the stars to the right of the exit will probably not be able to do them. Yeah, we'll go through here first. Mercenary hails you. Greetings, friend. We've heard tell of your quest and are here to offer our services. Well, we don't have the scrap. We can either fight the ship, or we have no need for their services. I think it's worth to fight the ship. Any loot that we can get at this point is valuable, and we're rockmen after all. I'm not sure about the lore, if the rock and the slug are actually friends or foes. Let's fight the ship. Mercenaries are worse than rebels. The only honorable course is to engage the mercenary in battle. Right. One level of shield as we expected, so we won't be needing the missiles. I let them charge up just in case we get into trouble. But for the moment I'm gonna focus just on the heavy crystal, and we will target their weapons, because as soon as their weapons are down, they'll be a sitting duck. And the less damage we take, the less money we will spend on repairs. Right. They hit us on the shield, I believe. We took down all their weapons. Yep, completely powered down. So we haven't taken any damage and their weapons are down. This is a good start. So I definitely won't be using the missiles. What else can we target? There's no use to go for the shields because our laser is piercing the shield anyway. So we could either go for piloting to avoid them from escaping, or I am playing in full screen Bobka, and I'm not sure why it's not coming up in full screen in the stream. But do note that I'm playing full screen, and it has these bars like in old movies, bars on top and at the front. So the game was probably not made for this kind of resolution, I guess. And that may be why I don't have it full screen on the stream. So I hope it's big enough to kind of follow what's going on. Right, let's go for the piloting first. We want to avoid them from escaping. That's the last thing we want. They already repaired something. Well, they can't escape. I'm gonna go for weapons again. Just avoid getting damaged, and we'll get them eventually. The moment they can't escape. And they missed. Which means that yeah, our piloting and evasion skills are going up. Powering up their FTL. Yeah, there you go, they try to escape. So now the question is, do we use the missiles or not? I don't think we need to. Just make sure we hit the piloting. Though if the FTL is charging further, okay, we got them. If that would have missed, then it would probably have been a good idea to just launch the missiles and get rid of them. But since we hit, they'll be dead with the next hit. They won't be able to escape in time. They will repair the cockpit for sure, but meanwhile we will be able to hit them. Yeah, there we go. Took no damage, we wasted no missiles, so that's a perfect start. We got 1 fuel, 1 drone part and 17 scrap out of it. And we got some experience. I've got some piloting skills. Bobka has got some evasion on engines. And Maisie has got some practice with the weapons. So that's a good start. Oh wait, lockdown. Click to lockdown room with special power? Oh yeah, I remember. Yes. Maisie, you are not Rock. Now come to think of it, the Rock Cruiser C has 2 Rockmen and the third guy is actually a crystal. So they are related, they are early ancestors of the Rockman, and the crystal has the lockdown ability, so he can lock down for a certain period of time the room he is in, and enemies will take a long time to be able to enter the room. So the Rockman has kinda like the same abilities as the Rock, the Crystal Man, but he can lock down a room. I think he's also immune to fire. Can we check this? Oh, here we can see. So Bobka, Rockman, immune to fire, movement speed is halved and the health is increased to 150. The Crystal, is not immune to fire. He has the lockdown ability, reduced suffocation damage, so it's good to go into a room without oxygen to repair something. Movement speed reduced by 20%, so he's slower than other races but faster still than the Rockman. And his health is increased to 125, not 150. So a bit different stats than the Rockman. Right. Shall we upgrade something or do we move on? I think an early engine upgrade is sometimes a good thing to do, because it helps you train evasion, and evasion is always very important. On the other hand, we might run into something really good in a shop and then not be able to buy it. Buying some extra engine, well, we still need the power to power it up, but if we don't need the missile weapon, then we have 2 more energy to spare and we could just power up the 1 more engine. I'm gonna hold off, but as soon as we have more scrap, I'll probably upgrade the engine anyway. So here, then there, and then back down. That's the plan. Another empty beacon. Consider some upgrades. Most modern ships have standardized quick upgrades available. Making your crew further customize the ship by hand will be expensive and time consuming. Let's hope it will be worth it. Yeah, right, we don't have enough scrap. We almost had enough to produce a bomb on board with the ammo manufacturing. So let's chat with our rock crew member. Not so sure about you, Captain, you are so squishy, ha 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 ha. I'm making a joke, Captain, do you understand? That was probably Bobka with his bad jokes. Right, next beacon. Yeah, there's a store here, but we hardly have anything to sell or buy. At L. Okay. Bobulka. You stumble upon the remnants of a recent battle. One ship nearby looks like it could still have some valuable resources. Attempt to salvage what you can from the debris, and who knows what dangers that wreckage could hold. You don't need the supplies anyway, continue on your way. Nah, we take the risky option. We discover the wreckage has some usable scrap. 2 missiles, 1 drone part and 8 scrap. Free loot, guys, free loot. A distress call. Now, we have to be careful here. So I want to go down here so we can do the nebula ones. Question is, if I go to the distress call, can I still go here, then here? If I go there, it will move up to somewhere around here. If I then go there, it will move up somewhere around there. Or we could go to store, then down here, down there, down here. It's a more risky option, eh? Although I usually like to do the distress calls, they're mostly beneficial. Dilemma. Right, I'm gonna do the distress call and we'll see where we arrive. You locate the source of the distress call, a nearby human mining colony. A simple but unknown disease has spread virulently among the workers. They're trying to set up a quarantine to mitigate the spread of the disease, but lack any enforcement and the riot seems likely. Send in your crew to help control the crowds, ignore their request and move on, or the blue option, which is almost always beneficial, not always. Send your rock crew member to prevent a riot. Right. It's unlikely the rock's impressive immune system is susceptible to a human virus, so you send it in. It's able to intimidate the workers long enough for the colony forces to set up a quarantine. Their leaders offer a reward and assure you they will try to find a cure as soon as possible. 3 missiles, 1 drone part, 7 scrap. More free loot, guys. So far we've taken no damage whatsoever. We've got 42 scrap, we've got 5 missiles more than at the start, we've got drone parts. The only thing we haven't got much is fuel. We have less fuel than at the start, but not that bad at all. I'm just doubting if this is gonna work, and it's always difficult to make the call. It's close. We can do it, and if we can't make it, we can still jump to the store instead of jumping down, and then from there go to this nebula, and yeah, 1 or 2 nebulas, it's not gonna make a huge difference, so let's try it this way and we'll see if it works. Another empty beacon. That was a waste of time. Socialize. Rockman is seriously wondering how it feels to be burned. You try to explain the sensation but seem unable to convey the idea. What do you mean by ardent, Captain? Right. Yes, we can make it. Very close, but we can do it. Oh no! We have a pirate ship inside an asteroid field, which immediately moves into attack. I so wish I had upgraded my engine, guys. I so wish I had done that. You are Rockman Bobka, and so am I. Only Maisie is far family from us. He is Crystal, so yeah, Rockman is our race, and the ship we are flying is a rock ship. So we have a pirate ship inside an asteroid field. Now asteroids, when they hit your shield, the shield will temporarily go down, and asteroids can then also hit your ship. Same for the enemy. The only thing is that the enemy shield, we don't care about it because we can pierce it with our crystal laser. So the asteroid field is gonna hurt us more than the enemy. And although when we take down their shields, they may also take several hits from asteroids. But we don't have that much evasion, so the risk is that the asteroids will take down shields and then their weapons can hit us. Let's hope their weapons will not take down our shields permanently, or we can take serious damage from several asteroids hitting our ship just because our shields are down. Right. I think I'm not gonna risk too much here, and I am probably going to use the missiles unless we can injure them quickly. So, are we going for their shields? That's usually a good idea. But I also want to take down their weapons as soon as possible. Shields or weapons? I'm gonna go with weapons first. I want to play this as defensive as possible. And taking down their shield will not help us with our weapons. It would only help by... it only make them vulnerable to the asteroids. Right, we took down the weapons entirely, so they cannot shoot at us. We're safe. The asteroids can hit the shield, but normally... well, 2 asteroids in short succession might still hurt us, but... I'm gonna go for their shields. If we can manage their shields, to hit their shields before the weapons are back up, then they'll be a sitting duck for sure. And we missed. Right, I'm not gonna take a risk staying here much longer, and I'm going to use our missile barrage on their shields. There you go. And that should be sufficient to finish them off. Let's just hit also their cockpit so they will have no evasion left, and now the asteroids will finish them off. There we go. That went well. We no longer shall these pirates terrorize the people of this sector. Your final volley confirms their demise. You pick what looks useful from the debris before moving on. 2 fuel, important because we were getting already a bit low on fuel. 1 drone part, 16 scrap. That's good news, and still no damage. Yeah, but the thing is, Maisie, that you can go on a perfect run for the first few sectors and still get brutally slaughtered later on. It's no guarantee whatsoever. Sensors go wired as a nearby pulsar is detected. While you are attempting to recalibrate the FTL drive, a Pirate sneaks up on your ship, weapons charging, prepare for a fight. Okay, these guys have teleporters, so we are going to get company here from a group of mantis. So first thing I will do is I will send Maisie to the doors, so he can, because now they can just freely run around our ship. We don't have any upgraded doors. By doing that, we will limit their movement somewhat, and then we can remove oxygen from the room they're in. The music is gorgeous. I actually have all the FTL music, and I sometimes listen to it when I'm not playing. The music was written by a guy called Ben Prunty, the soundtrack, and there is a soundtrack for the base game and there is an additional soundtrack for the advanced edition. And I believe there are also a few extra tracks from the Captain's edition. So Maisie goes to the doors. Bulbka can stay in the engine room, and I will obviously stay at the helm. And let's hope they won't be heading for the helm straight away. They might be here too, right? Yep, they're here too quickly, and one of them got into the weapons room. That's not good. Right, I'm going to send Bulbka to the shield room and then vent this room. Right, and now I'm going to vent the weapons room, so they will run out again, hopefully before our weapons go down, and I will target their weapon system first. There you go, they didn't damage the weapons. This guy is now suffocating. Let's open some more doors. No, sorry, not Bobka. I misspelled that. I obviously mean Bulbka. Oh yeah, we're also near a pulsar, so we have occasional waves of electromagnetic energy taking down our shields and weapons. This is not good, guys. No shields, no weapons. At least their guys are suffocating, and they don't seem to have a med bay or clone bay. So if they die, they die. Oh no, the doors! Not the doors! They hit the doors. So now Maisie can no longer help to close the doors. I can't even close these doors to get the oxygen back in. This is how quickly things can go wrong. At least we hit their weapons, so they only have the iron weapon left. They have iron, there's also the electromagnetic pulses. And obviously they're going for Mr. T here at the helm. Well, we don't need any evasion anyway, they can't harm us. The iron weapon normally does no damage. But it's 2 versus 1. Maisie will continue to repair the doors. He is injured because he got hit by that shot. Let's go help Maisie here. Oh no, not the oxygen! Jesus! I'm gonna continue hitting their weapons. Or maybe I should go for teleport. Let them suffocate. No, weapons is more important. We want to avoid damage. And our piloting system is damaged. We're going to vent this area. We can get the oxygen back in here. I'm not playing this all that perfect, you know, but... Right, let's get the oxygen back in here. Let's get the oxygen out over there. I'm gonna do it even more vicious. I'm gonna keep this open so the oxygen drains from both sides and they'll be trapped. And I'm gonna aim for their teleporter. And now I'm going to use Maisie's lockdown ability to prevent them from getting into the room. Why is there no oxygen coming in here? Oh, the doors are still open! Ah, stupid! Right, that was a big mistake. And they teleported right before I took down the teleporter. Things are not going well here. The doors are ionized again. Yeah, the back door was open and now the door system is jammed, so I can't close things down. And as long as there's no oxygen here, I can't repair the cockpit. Well, at least their teleporter's down, so they can't come back. Can I remove the lockdown? How long till the doors are back up? Oh my god, this is taking too long. Let's put on the missiles as well. Well, at least we'll be able to... we might take down their weapons entirely. Alright, you win! Here's some equipment from our stores. Leave us alone. 2 fuel, 1 drone part, 10 scrap. It's not a big reward, but I like the fact that we get 2 fuel because we are still somewhat low on fuel. And the rewards in the first sector are generally pretty low. So we're not sure if we continue the fight that we will get a lot more. And secondly, we're still in a ship that has been drained of oxygen. So ending the fight here is not a bad idea. All 3 of us have been injured. There's lack of oxygen, our cockpit's down. I'm going to take this and honor the truce. You can accept the offer and then continue the fight, but some of your crew members may find you dishonest and desert you. So it's again a risk-reward situation. Right, close all the doors, open all the doors, so the oxygen spreads from the rooms with oxygen to the rooms without oxygen. And both of them can then go, as soon as there's oxygen, repair our cockpit. Bobka going back to the engines. And the thing is, we don't have any med base, so we can't heal. We only heal a tiny bit of health every time we jump. But we do have the clone bay. If someone dies and the clone bay is charged, they will just respawn at full health. Alright, back to positions. And when our oxygen is high enough, above 90%, I will close the doors again and we will move on. Right, Nebula 1. Yeah. Subgrades, socialize. The Rockman tells you a little about why it has turned its back on its religious leaders. Interesting, very. Right, I'm finally going to upgrade our engines and immediately add 1 energy to it. This will greatly improve our evasion. Well, greatly. We went from 20 to 25, but that's still a difference. A heavily damaged Federation ship is hiding in the nebula at this beacon. Before you have time to make contact with them, they fade into the nebula. Attempt to follow and help them, or keep your position, they can handle themselves. The rebels are not far behind, so if we lose time, they might catch up. That's the last thing we want, but I'm gonna try and help them. While searching fruitlessly through the nebula to stumble upon the rebel ship which the Federation loyalists were likely hiding from, you prepare for a fight. Ouch. Okay, so what have we got? They got a missile launcher, they've got a basic laser, and they got drones. Which drone? We'll soon find out, I guess. Let's hope it's not an offensive drone. I can't see any drone here. There comes the missile. Let's hope we can dodge the first one. Okay. We resisted that shot, so the missile did no damage, and the laser hit our shield. That's good. And we're gonna aim immediately for the weapons. But I'm not sure what they use drones for. It might be a repair droid. Looks like it because something moved from the drone room to the weapons room. So I'm going to target the drone room. That should help. Now someone went into the drone room, so they are prioritizing repairing the drones. So I'm pretty sure they had a repair drone. The laser by itself cannot harm us, so I'm now going to target their oxygen and hope that the guy repairing the drones will head over to the oxygen now. They're trying to escape. Okay, I have still my missiles charged, not using them yet. Target O2, yes Popka, that was exactly my idea. But their weapons are back up and they are trying to escape. I'm going to... we have to prevent them from escaping at least. Should I use missiles or not? I have 19 missiles. So we can finish them off. If we have bad luck, a missile could harm our shields, the laser might take down our oxygen or take down our weapons. There's a lot of risk here, so I'm not going to be greedy on that missile and let it ruin this game that's going almost perfectly up till now. I'm gonna aim for the weapons. No, I'm gonna aim for the helmet and make sure they can't escape, and then I'll shoot another laser at the weapons just in case they're not dead yet. You are considerably more well armed than I would have thought. We surrender. 4 fuel, guys. Not much scrap though, 8 only and 1 drone part. But 4 fuel, that would bring us back to 16, which is quite good. And I really like to have plenty of fuel. They are firing a missile, isn't it? I'm gonna accept and honor my truce. And move on. Right, we can probably visit one more beacon, and we only have this one we can choose before we head to the exit. I want to make sure I don't mistake here, because fighting the rebel fleet is the last thing I want to do, and it's lost me quite a few games. A Mantis military scout seems to have just finished a salvage operation on a nearby wreck. They have no time to waste with warnings and appear to wish to fight. We're not gonna surrender. Again, teleporters, so Maisie's gonna head to the doors. The thing is that since the crystal and the rock are slower, They usually teleport before he gets there, and that's why I really like to have a fourth crew member as soon as possible, and we haven't made any progress on that. Okay, this time we were faster, so we will flood the oxygen to all the rooms adjacent to their position. Again, they have no med bay, they have no clone bay. Their weapons, this is a scatter laser if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this just goes through. Maybe anti-personnel, I'm not sure about it, but it goes through our shield. And this is a laser with a burst laser. It fires 3 shots. Oh, this thing is dangerous. Let's get for their weapons, go for the weapons straight away. And okay, yeah, it was I think it was anti-personnel and that we got damaged. Oh no, it's a hull breaching thing. We have a hull breach in the engine room. So Blobka is gonna first Blobka will first need to repair the hull breach before he can repair the engine. And while he's doing that, he's not manning the engine room, so our evasion just dropped from 25 to 15. Right, this guy is trying to get into Maisie's room, so Maisie will use the lockdown. This guy is trying to get inside here. Yeah, he can do that, because it will also lose oxygen and he will start to die there. We hit their weapons room, so at least the burst laser is down. I'm wondering if I want to use the missiles on the teleporter. If we can kill the crew, we get a higher reward, but there should be another crew member on their ship and I can't see where he is, so it doesn't really help me a lot. So I'm not gonna take down the teleporter. If they want to escape, they can escape. Okay, they missed. Meanwhile, they are losing health quite quickly now. They can't teleport both of them because they're too far apart. And Blobka has nearly finished repairing the engine. We're getting back into this. Missile barrage is ready. Oh no! A breach in the oxygen room. This can be quite problematic because the breach will suck out the oxygen from the room. But yeah, we can take down their weapons entirely now. One of them teleported out, the other is about to die. I'm gonna let Maisie fight him off and then repair the oxygen for the breach in the oxygen room. The thing is, if he leaves the door room, then this mantis will be able to move around freely, so he may not go to the oxygen room to fight. He may move straight to the cockpit. Okay, no, I'm gonna keep Maisie here for a while and hope this guy dies before he can open the door. Or at least get wounded a bit more. Okay, their weapons are down entirely, their shot missed, so we are no risk of damage to the ship anymore. And their mantis here has 13 health left. So that means I'm gonna close the doors because I want the oxygen back in. And I'm gonna let Maisie repair the oxygen. Yep, he heads for the oxygen room. Maisie can finish him off, get some combat experience. Yep, some combat skill. And we'll repair the breach there. I'm gonna aim for the cockpit to make sure they don't escape, although Mantis, I don't think Mantis will easily escape, they're fighters. I'm gonna go for the cockpit. Maisie is a crystal, so he takes less damage from lack of oxygen. So that's why it's a good thing to have him. And here we have another mantis on the ship, but we've almost finished them off. Aim for the weapons. He's going for the weapon room. How much health? Blobka has 103 health, the mantis 100, but the mantis does more damage. But I think they cannot hurt as much. So at least I want to stall them from damaging our weapons. I could use the missiles to finish them off right now. Is this room repaired now? There's still a breach or not? Maisie is no longer repairing, so the breach is fixed. So I'm gonna let Maisie go back to the door room. Oh no, another breach. Okay, I'm gonna fix this after the... We're in pretty bad shape here for the fight. Not sure what would be the best course of action now, because all three of us are wounded. 74 health, 65 and 54. While Helena here, the mantis, has 82. I think the best idea is to fight them 2-1 while we target their weapons, because their weapons are back up. Okay, one of the weapons is down. 2-1, I'm hoping we can win this fight. But if one of them dies, okay, they're teleporting out. One more shot and they should go down. I'm gonna send Maisie back to repair the oxygen. Blobka back to engines. Ship's down. The crew of the Mantis ship might want to continue fighting, but the last attack from your ship seals their destruction. Their debris forms your prize. 1 missile, 1 drone part, and 14 scrap. Maisie might die here from repairing the oxygen or the breach in the oxygen room, but we have the clone bay, so I'm already going to hit the clone bay. If Maisie dies, he will just respawn at full health. He will only lose some of a percentage of the abilities he's got, but he hasn't got much yet. And he died. So now Maisie is going to be cloned again. Maisie's clone. There we have Maisie's clone. Why does it say clone and not Maisie's clone? Clone of Ma. Doesn't even show the full name. Right, I do have starting positions, so return crew to their safe positions. The thing that I said from the start, intruders, the rock are slow. These positions, they're pretty slow to get there, so defending the ship, even though rock are not that bad in fight, defending the ship is not that easy, until you get more crew members. Especially Mantis can be quite a threat. Name normally. Alright. I'm gonna change Blobka to Blobka. That sounds nicer, don't you, Time? And Maisie MK2. There we go. No, MK2 suits the team. There's a Mark II weapon, so why not Mark II Maisie? Right. Anything we will upgrade, or do we keep the scrap? It's now 30 to upgrade the engines, so that's a lot more. It's only the first level of engine that was very cheap. And we need 20 energy as well if we want to power it up the whole time. You could also upgrade piloting or sensors or doors. Doors might not be a bad idea, because this is kind of our weakness. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade the door system. That doesn't require additional energy. It wasn't cheap, 35 scrap, but it makes us less vulnerable. And if Maisie gets to the door room, then we have not just blast doors, but superior blast doors with Maisie in that room, and he can even seal off the room with his lockdown ability. I think this is worth it. A brief scan locates the long-range relay. What at first seems to be a simple nebula is actually filled with a good amount of debris from a brutal exchange between several ships. Wreckage drifts by your screens and tumbles into the depths of the nebula to be lost to sight. It's hard to determine who the combatants were without closer investigation. Yes, it's awesome. The music is great. I'm not sure I remember the name of the track. It's a really good one. I also like the Lanius team. Investigate the battlefield or ignore the wreckage. Nah, I'm gonna investigate. Find little remains, disappointed, you're prepared to jump. Well, we didn't lose anything either. Look at it that way. And then we can jump to the next sector. Right, quarantined or quarantined. But of course you want to look further. If we want to get a chance to find the secret sector, I believe we have to go through the civilian sector and then the hostile ones. This bottom route, I believe, is impossible. I'm not sure I remember the exact course of events, but I think you need to go through Zoltan space first. The thing is with this, to find this secret sector, one of the things is that you have to get a crystal member on board, and there's so part of the steps that you have to go through, and you need luck to be able to do them all, is to find a crystal member. But this ship already has a crystal member, so you get an advantage with this Roxy. That's why the ship is the best suited to find the secret sector. I'm going to the quarantined up there. It's definitely a good chilling game. Right, this is part of the Captain's Edition. You can spend more or less fuel. So that's why it's good to have more fuel. You escape the rebel fleet. Travel at minimum FTL with emergency fuel, but then the fleet will catch up the rebels. Or just travel with standard FTL and use 2 fuel. Suggested by the Federation Handbook. You arrive in a sector where an extremely dangerous disease has spread. Its true nature has not yet been discovered, but the plague seems to be able to turn any sentient being into enraged killing machines. Undoubtedly, this will cause the rebels just as much troubles as it will cause you. Just what you needed now, zombies in space. Fleet delayed by 2 jumps, that's good news. Socialize with the crew. The Rockman is nowhere to be found. The computer informs you that the crew member is in its personal quarters. Tactical planning, Captain? Is it urgent? Right. Quarantine sectors can give you good rewards, especially if you have upgraded medbay or clone base. We don't have a medbay, we have a clone bay. But it's also risky to lose crew members in a quarantine sector, and we don't have too many crew members, we even have only a few ones. Yep, auto fire is a bad practice. You can use auto fire sparingly, you can use it for a single weapon, for instance. Some weapons you just want to fire continuously. But mostly when you use several weapons together, you want to time your shots. So you want to fire them manually. Right, first check our routes. So we can come from up here. No, this is a dead end. So we definitely don't want to head there, because then we need to go back through stars we've already visited. So that's a waste of time. So we can come from here. So we can go through here, but then we have to go all the way around. So if we lose time, we may risk not getting to the exit in time. Or we could go all this, like here, and then go up here. And if we have some time left, we may go here, and then here, or here, then here, then here. So this is good to have some extra options at the end, depending on how much time you have left. You can go either directly to exit, 1 more star, 2 more stars, 3 more stars. So we do the distresses over here, then we take a route up there, and then we'll see how many stars we can do. Sounds like a plan. You arrive at the beacon and immediately detect a pirate ship. It seems his distress beacon was a trap. Rebel tug. Okay, these guys don't have teleporters, that's good news. They do have a drone bay, they have missiles, and they have a basic laser. So again, we're going for the weapons. I want to take down missile launchers as soon as possible. When I see a missile launcher, weapons is usually the first thing I target. But especially, oh wait a second. Okay, this is not good news. They have a level 2 defense drone. Level 2 defense drone take down missiles and can even take down laser shots. So instead of firing our laser straight away, we are going to use missiles and fire everything in one barrage, because the defense drone can shoot at 4 incoming projectiles at once, and we'll at least aim one of them at the drone system to take down the drone. Okay, shield down, but that's not bad. The missile ignores shields anyway. Oh, yeah. I forgot we still had the clone bay fired up, because we better use more engines to dodge. So we have Plopka giving extra evasion on engines, myself with extra evasion on the pilot. And we have 3 levels of engine, so that's good enough to evade 1/4 of the incoming projectiles. Let's hope this first missile misses. And especially let's hope it doesn't hit our weapons, or this could be a nasty battle. It hit our shields. That's not good, because now the laser can hit us. And I'm gonna send Plopka to repair the shield. That means that temporarily we will have less evasion, but we definitely want the shield back up. Right, the laser's ready. we have 2 missiles ready, but I want to maximize the number of outgoing projectiles due to the defense drone, so I'm gonna wait a little longer till this third missile charges up. There we go. Then all missiles to the enemy weapon system, and the crystal goes to the drone. Wait, the laser travels faster than the missile, so we'll launch the missiles a bit earlier and then follow it up with the crystal. Right, exactly what I wanted. So the missiles took down some of the weapons, notably the missile launcher, so now they only have the laser. The laser on its own cannot go through our shields. And the laser itself hit their drone system, so now the defense drone is no longer operational. On the downside, they hit our shields again, so we have no shields left, which means this laser is able to damage us. Question is, I'm going to send Maisie to help with the shields. It will take a bit longer to charge weapons, but we want these shields back up as soon as possible. And the laser misses, that's good. That means my piloting, I'm almost at an extra level of piloting. Blobka has improved pretty well on engines. Maisie not so much on weapons, that's due to his dying earlier, and his clone started with no experience again, or almost no experience. So we evaded twice, but not thanks to you, Blobka, because you're repairing the shields. It's thanks to the great pilot that you have. Let's take down another level of weapon. Or should we take down the... We could go for oxygen, so they won't go for repairs. If they can't repair the missile launcher, as soon as our shields back up, and that's almost the case, then the laser can't harm us anyway. If they go to repair the oxygen, then the drone will stay down and the missile launcher will stay down. If we hit the cockpit, they can't escape and they will have no evasion, so our next shots will definitely hit. Or we could just take down their weapons. I'm going for the cockpit. That worked, but they managed to repair the shield, the missile launcher. Meanwhile, our shield is repaired, and just too late, because just before the shield is up, they hit our sensors. Now that's not too bad, we don't have much sensors anyway. So we'll repair those after the fight. Oh no, their drone is repaired as well, so we're gonna need the missiles again, because our laser only will not be able to penetrate. Right. Almost there. Alright, we're already going to launch the missiles. Again, we'll do the same trick. The missiles to the weapon room, and then the laser to the drone. Right, we missed the weapons, but we did take down the drone. Not going that well, the oxygen is also down. I'm not going to hold off repairing that, meaning our weapon will charge slower. We're spending some missiles here, but I think it's a good idea to do so. I'm gonna open some doors here to limit the oxygen loss. it won't help much. But the oxygen will go back in faster as soon as it's repaired. Nah, that's no sense because it's not repaired by far. Right, a few more moments before our missiles back up. Yep, there we go, to the weapons. And to the weapons. You have clearly bested us, we merely request our lives. Accept their offer. 1 missile, 1 drone part, 10 scrap. Well, this is Sector 2, so this is a very poor reward in my opinion. And I definitely want fuel, so we will not accept surrender. One last explosion marks their fate. Well, we've got the same 1 missile, 1 drone part, but we had 19 scrap instead. So that's somewhat better. We did well to not accept their offer. Maisie's taking suffocation damage again. Luckily he doesn't take as much as anyone else, so he won't suffocate, but yeah, he lost a lot of health again. The good thing is that he's getting experience with repairs, but it's still limited. Right, I got 1 level of piloting, that's good. Instead of +5, this gives us +7 evasion. So we're now at 27% evasion. That's already almost 1 out of 3 shots that will miss our ship. Not unimportant. Never underestimate the importance of evasion, and if Blobka is going to get to another level of engines, then we'll have around 30%. Shields is also important, obviously, but people often tend to go for shields and neglect the engines, while both are actually quite important, especially against things like missiles who just ignore shields. So you don't want to neglect either of them, but if I have to choose, I usually go for engines first, because a shot that misses, you don't need shields anyway. Shields is also important, especially against beam weapons, because you can't evade them, but they can't go through your shields. So you probably want both. The thing is, shields is pretty expensive because you need 2 more bars. You also need the energy to power them up, so that's why engines is cheaper to do. Right. The source of the distress call is a minor planetary settlement. A small outbreak has occurred, and the locals are hoping for help from outside the system in order to contain the infection. The quarantine fleet seems to be busy elsewhere, none of their ships are around. Send in a security team to support the locals, or ignore their request and move on. Generally speaking, every chance to get something should be taken, but there is a risk to lose someone here. Now with Rockman I would assume that the chance of losing someone is smaller, but it's quite risky. And I don't have much crew already. But maybe we can save some people and someone will join our crew. I wish I had upgraded the clone bay. I wanted to do that and I hadn't done it yet. Well, bad outcome encounter. Every encounter has good and bad outcomes, although some of them, the bad outcomes are more likely and others it's the other way around. There is never an outcome that is always bad or always good. I'm gonna regret this, but I'm gonna send in a team. Your crew teams up with the local anti-zombie squad leader, but the outbreak seems bigger than first thought. Oh, that's not good. The disease has spread throughout the suburbs and the governor decides to bomb parts of the city. You swoop down and evacuate your crew. Well, we didn't lose anyone. That's the good news. But while we're at it, we're in the quarantine sector, so upgrading our clone bay is definitely a good idea. I should have done this earlier. And we have another distress. Lots of distress beacons in a quarantine sector. News of the disease has reached this small settlement and panic has broken out. The space dock inquires if you are free to ferry some people away from here. This is usually a bad thing. Offer to transport some of the refugees to the next beacon, or don't answer their hails and move on. I can't remember this particular one having a good outcome before, and I know I've had it end badly before because the refugees started fighting and stuff. Well, the clone upgrade increases the speed at which the clone is made, which can be a difference between life and death when you're in battle. And it also increases the health that you regain from when you jump to the next beacon. But the upgrades also change some of the outcomes or the options that you get during events, and especially an event like when there's an outbreak of a certain disease, then having an upgraded med bay or clone bay can change the outcome of the event in your favor. It's the same with certain weapons, piloting. The different systems can have an impact on certain events. So since this is quarantine sector, there's a lot of distress beacons, quarantined people with disease outbreaks. So it makes sense to upgrade Clone Bay now. I'm gonna try it anyway. I like taking risks. By the time you dock, the distress signal has been shut off. Oh my god, and it's a crystal again. I've had this happen before, so this immediately means I will not be able to reach secret sector. By the time you dock, the distress signal has been shut off. You try to hail, but the only answer you get is a hollow banging on the bay doors. Horror awaits when you open them. Crazed civilians rush into your ship, swarming the security officer you had standing by near the hold. This crewman will join them in their frenzy. There may be a chance that he will form a clone, but I think since he's still alive, it won't happen. So now Maisie is no longer part of our crew and is fighting me, and we have two others in here. This is not going well. Okay, this guy's trying to get out, which means that I am fighting him and he's not fighting back. Well, this guy is Maisie actually, who is now the enemy. Before I forget, I'm going to charge up the clone bay. Let's see if we can clear some rooms here. Well, remove the oxygen around here, and that will help us to suffocate the enemies. Two versus one, and he's trying to escape, so he's not fighting back. Right, let's get out of here. They're certainly going to suffocate now. Maybe we should let them in. How much health do they have? I can't see. we can close this down now. Let the oxygen back in here. Let's just open the door and we'll fight them. 74 versus 8 and 92 versus 4. We got this. Right. I'm still hoping Maisie will respawn here, but I doubt it. And this guy died from suffocation. Close all the doors, open all but the outside doors. And Maisie's not coming back. Oh, we lost Maisie. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap up the stream here, guys. With the loss of Maisie, the sad departure of our good and beloved Maisie Mark II. Well, if it's any consolation, it wasn't Maisie, it was only Maisie's clone. I knew I should have picked the other option, but I'm just always taking the risky ones. It's maybe one of my weaknesses. I grab every chance for a reward, even if the chance to lose something is more likely. Okay, wrapping up the stream, guys. It's getting really late here. I might do a follow-up one of the next days. I still have Terraria going on. Might do another case of Sherlock Holmes in the near future. We'll see. I think the focus at first now will be more FTL, more Terraria probably. And I'm also gonna look in maybe Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines or Crusader Kings 2. Those are two games that I've played a lot that are also in my list of games I might play. And potentially also a quick puzzle game from time to time. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. It's been a long Saturday twisted night. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you missed the previous streams, we had some Terraria tonight. We had the rest of the second case of Sherlock Holmes, and then now Faster Than Light. If you missed anything, the streams are still available in replay on Twitch for some time, and I will also upload them on YouTube if you want to watch them later. FTL is definitely good for stream, Maisie. I agree. Yeah, that's it. Gonna wrap up. Good night, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you around soon.